Man, I hate doing that.
Leave it to me to fix it for you.
Do you see?
Keeps it clean, the officer Earl is gonna see me. Well, the problem is, the new setting, when it's changed.
Alright, so we'll wait for everybody to get back in here.
Is it that live?
Yeah, it's
Man, oh man, oh man.
yeah, it's right now. Mom's the only one in here right now.
That is so embarrassing.
It's alright. Most of the time, there's no issue.
Well, they got a new way of streaming it vertical, or they want you, they push vertical because they want you to stream on YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
You have to go in and change it to horizontal.
They're also competing with TikTok Live, which is vertical streaming.
Yeah.
That guy, BY, who was all like bedazzled, he had a TikTok Live going
TikTok
on his tripod.
Is
Yeah.
vertical. And so, yeah, it's just, you have to go in, and maybe I didn't make sure that it was on horizontal when I set it up. So thank you guys. Welcome to Jtwes Monday Night Live. A little bit of technical difficulty.
Yeah, can everybody hear us okay?
I hope so. He should. I think it'd be fine there.
Well, Paul said I just laid down, the other way worked better.
I bet it did. Everybody lay down and watch the other one. We'll have to get that one off my thing.
Yeah, we'll just delete it. They said audio isn't normal.
Audio isn't normal.
No.
You gotta help me out here. What a minute.
But sound is not good. Microphones are on. Well, usually, don't you have something that
Oh my gosh, Sammy!
thing that plugs into it?
Sammy!
Hold on, we're fixing that now
Yeah.
too.
Sorry guys, I got a new camera mount too, and me and Sammy just got, it's on the other rig in there.
Okay.
We're getting it, guys. Nothing but the best here. The best, what's the word I'm looking for? Get the right one, Sammy. Off the, yeah.
You want the whole mic?
No, just the cord. You plug it into there and to the phone.
I'm just trying to be steady about it.
Well, don't worry about shaking. Just don't do that. Don't shake the camera.
Taking it.
All right, we should be good now.
Be connected, so
Okay.
you're
All right,
Maybe you
we're
can
good. We're good
We
as
just were
gold.
testing you guys, seeing if you just had us playing in the background, if you were paying attention to us.
Yeah, that's what it is. We're testing
Yeah.
everybody.
Okay. Yeah, everybody says this is better.
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't. Basically, the wireless mic wasn't hooked up to the phone. It was just getting the audio off the phone.
Timbo says y'all need Elon to set it up.
I do need Elon to set it up and everything.
Let me see who's on here. We got a bunch on here. Farmall Eric is on.
Hey, Farmall Eric,
And IP Farms.
IP Farm, Nelson. Don't take no pointers from my live streams, Nelson.
Welch Farms.
Hey, Welch Farms,
And Rob Clinton.
Rob Clinton,
Timbo's on.
Timbo,
And Jay Pill.
J Pill's like, man, I can't believe I stayed up for this.
William May is on.
William May.
And Laura is
Hey,
on.
Laura. Poor Stan, he'll never find this.
I know. He was already on the other one saying, oh, I'm like, he's ahead of the game. Poor Stan. If Roger's on, Roger text Stan. And
Yeah.
Tell him has to go to the new live. He's going to think y'all are messing me up. And the W is on.
Hey,
Says,
W.
Don't worry, I've been having audio problems the last week or so.
Yeah, that was my fault. I just did not have it plugged up. There's a cord that goes from the receiver to the phone. I had just got done for video outside, and I'm using a different mount because this is the inside deal. And long story short, running my mouth, looking at Facebook Marketplace.
Right. That's what the problem was. He's looking at tractor stuff.
I was looking at disc harrows.
Sundowner Whoop Whoop is on.
Hey, Sundowner.
And Joey Neal's on.
Joey
Says,
Neal.
good afternoon, Joey and Leno. Hope all is well.
It is, it is.
And Johnny Edgerton's on.
Hey, Johnny.
And Terry Hayes says, hey, y'all, glad to be able to join y'all once again.
Yes, I'm glad everybody got back in. Thank y'all guys for doing that for me. I would hate to sit here for the whole time, and we'd have to squeeze in like this, Leno, to get it to all come in.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Sundowner says, Sammy better straighten you up.
Yeah.
Well, and he was making us laugh too much earlier. It's his fault. David Waldrop is on.
Hey, David.
Says, hey, Joey and Lena, I live in Greene County in East Tennessee. We were one of several counties affected by the hurricane.
David, I hate to hear that, bud.
Yeah, well, at least he's got internet right now. Hopefully
Yeah.
you got power and water. Allison is on.
Hey, Allison.
Hey, guys, the Bowers family is watching while we eat supper. Hey, Allison, Trey, and Barrett.
What we eating?
Yeah, what you make, Allison? Because Allison is a good cook.
Trey's a pretty good cook.
Well, yeah, Trey is. He really is. Old Red Tractors is on.
Hey, Alvis.
Says, glad y'all made it through the storm.
We did. Wasn't too bad.
David says, we're without power for a few days and water for several days. The flood destroyed the water intake plant for Greenville and Greene County. There's so much destruction.
So
oh my
he's
gosh.
in, I guess, where's he at? Greenville, South Carolina?
No, East Tennessee.
Greenville, Tennessee?
Yeah, Greene County,
Okay.
Tennessee. Yeah, just from
Yeah,
the
it's
stuff.
it's
now that we've gotten so much more information now that some people are able to load stuff up to the internet, it's just
Yeah, I done
awful.
found myself watching a bunch of stuff, and I think me and Leno's gonna try to get a bunch of supplies together in about a week. The way I got this thing figured is a lot of people have sent some stuff, but these folks, Andy with True Grit Appalachian Ways was talking the other day, you know, these folks is gonna need stuff 6 months, 8
Yeah.
months, 10 months down the road. So I think we'll try to get some stuff together in about a week.
yeah.
And
Well, and a veterinarian here down the road from us, she's still collecting and will be collecting for a while. So what she ships will not go out for a while. So we could send our stuff with her.
And hopefully, and I'm not saying slow down donations, because I guess 99% of what people are sending are non-perishable, so
Yeah.
they should make it
Oh, yeah.
pretty. So yeah, stockpile them up.
Yeah.
I hope they wind up with more water and
And-
stuff than they can handle.
Right, and like things like Pop-Tarts and
Yeah.
Nutri-Grain bars, that kind of stuff is real handy. And then also if you get anything in a can, make sure you can pull the tab on it,
Yeah.
that it doesn't require a can opener. A lot of people
Yeah,
don't think about that.
That's true.
I mean, these poor people, some of them don't even have a can opener anymore. Their house is gone. 1904 Farm is on.
Hey, 1904 Farms.
And back to the storm, all this week, whenever I'm sleeping in my bed or making me something to eat, or just enjoying the evening,
Yeah,
it
every
makes
time
me
you-
kind of feel guilty because
Yeah.
when I get to finally sit down and look at the news or internet, I see them and I'm like, oh, I've complained because I've had to work today,
And it's kind of funny, because at any point in time during the day, somewhere in the world, something's happening like that. Whether
Yeah.
it's the Middle East, Asia, something's happening like that. But when it gets a couple of hours from you,
Right.
it hits a little more home to you. I guess the other stuff sometimes can get out of sight, out of mind. But this being right here west of us, 3.5 hours, it's on your mind.
Yeah, and plus we've been to some of those places.
Yeah.
And then there's roads you can't even travel on anymore that you're so used to going. And one of my workers, because we do remote, one of my coworkers, she lived in Bryson City, so I was worried about her, and I'd seen she hadn't been online for a while, but luckily she's okay. She's living closer back home to us now, so I was worried for her.
I think Bryson City, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Bryson City, Cherokee, I think they just lost some power.
Yeah, I don't know, because she was the only one I know who really lives there.
Yeah.
So I don't have any, they're not on the news, but, pretty much the towns that were just completely destroyed are.
Yeah.
Like, what's that place? The,
Black Mountain.
no, the village or Chimney Rock.
Yeah, and the town of Black Mountain, I think it's a small town there, right at the base of that mountain,
Yeah.
or somewhere in there. I'm not sure where it's at, but it got tore up pretty bad.
David says the water department did get temporary water pumps going, sending water to the treatment plant.
Cool.
So that's good. We're on
That's
a
good.
boil water advisory until further notice. One of my coworkers just got his water back today. So at least your house is standing then in good condition.
Yeah.
You know, I could live without the water and electricity for a while, but if you have no house either, that's
And it was obvious
makes it really hard.
to me. It was obvious that where some of those houses where they were built, there's just obviously never been water that much in nobody's lifetime, because when that water came through and took all of it out and widened the creek 50, 60 feet in some places, it's just obvious that it's never been water that high
No.
because of where the things were built, you know.
And the in Asheville, the Biltmore Estate, they've got that big gate that has a brick column around it, and you can see the watermark of where the water got
At the
sucked.
big house.
At the at the Biltmore.
I didn't think the big
Biltmore
house.
Village.
Village, okay, yeah. The big
Yeah.
house is up on a knoll, I think. pretty
Yeah,
much.
I think it did okay, but the Biltmore Village,
Yeah.
it had a big, a watermark really high up. Let's see, Jason McDonald's on,
Hey, Jason.
and Farm Boy 59, which is Brian.
Hey, Brian.
And James Pavlisk is on.
James Publiska.
And David does say, we're okay where I am, but there are a lot of people that lost everything. Keep them in your prayers. We
Yeah.
will. I've been praying for them every day, David.
Yeah, that's one of my two major prayers at 12 a.m. I think we told them about that a couple of Monday nights ago. How we were trying to do 40 days of prayer.
Of midnight prayer.
A midnight prayer,
And
12 a.m.
I got to admit, some of my prayers are not quality. Some nights,
Yeah.
I barely remember getting up and getting down on my knees to pray, but, you know, the Lord knows what has been
Yeah.
on my mind and what I would pray if I wasn't weak flesh. But no, most of the time I have been trying to get up for a minute and walk around, and that helps me to wake up a little bit. All right, Sundowner says, I used to have to deal with the 2-inch Daisy Duke. I don't know what that's in reference to.
Yeah,
I don't know what we were talking about. Martin Farms is on.
Hey, Martin Farms.
Good evening, Jtwes. We're getting ready for another hurricane in Florida.
I hear that.
Please keep Florida in your prayers as we continue to pray for all that have been affected.
I'm not a weatherman, but it's the first time I've ever seen one move due east from the Gulf. They always go north from the Gulf. I've never seen one start over close to Mexico and go due east. But first thing for everything, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Martin Farms will definitely be praying for you now till when that storm is here and gone. Because I have been worried about Florida because they're just getting over the last hurricane.
She has an uncle where it's going.
Yeah, my uncle. So y'all help me pray for my uncle. He's not fond of going somewhere else. He's going to ride it out, I'm sure. But just pray
he
for
won't
him.
leave.
Yeah. Because, you know, my dad tries to get him to come stay with him or just, can he go somewhere inland? And I don't think he will. But anyway, Sundowner says, you were a 1-inch Lino. Oh, okay. So, because I was sideways. I was little on the camera.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
And Formal Eric says, my wife's surgery went well. She's doing good now.
Amen.
Yeah, so glad to hear that, Eric. David said I couldn't send the whole message all at once. That's okay, David. Just put it in there whenever you
That's
can.
okay,
You know,
yeah.
I understand, and you know sometimes I you know don't read your comments in order anyway, so don't worry about that. Allison made spaghetti and garlic bread.
Spaghetti and garlic bread. I was hoping Trey done smoked something like some of that cheese he smoked.
Yeah, well, it's Trey and Sydney's dating anniversary. She's stick with our family for 2 years now. She might be around to stay. I certainly hope so. Sydney is just a doll.
Yeah.
We sure did enjoy her when we're up there last. She's just a very considerate young lady. So
Yeah.
Trey, if you're listening, we're Team Sydney. Just FYI. Rob Clinton says, it's been a minute. Had to build a greenhouse to keep deer out, doing hoop house, high tunnels in spring. Now to keep government out, praying for flood victims. Yes, Rob, we can sympathize with all of that.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen the same news and the same things, which I don't watch the news that much. I watch stuff on X, which used to be Twitter, with Elon Musk. You can get a lot of, I think, more truthful news there. But, man, golly.
It's a mess. It's a mess right now.
Well, no, it's not a mess. No, it is a mess. But praise the Lord, we have got some people in this state that don't mind helping each other.
Yeah, yeah. And that is wonderful. There's been a lot of just communities and churches.
Well, and I think Tennessee's helped some too. And
Yeah, they have. We just don't hear about it so much where we
Yeah.
are because we're on the North Carolina side. But, and the Samaritan's Purse.
Oh man,
I mean,
Preacher Graham.
like your dumb cat in.
Yeah, let him in. It's my opinion, Preacher Graham. I don't know who he has in charge of Samaritan Purse, but he's got some smart people in charge of that relief, and he's been to countries where, there's no type of organization, which pretty much is about what he's got here, but he's been to these places, and I'll be honest with you. I know this sounds crazy, but I believe if I was president, I'd have said, all right, Preacher Graham, put your man in charge.
Yeah.
I mean, I would let his man in charge of, because they've just been so many places across the world.
And they've done it so many times.
Third world
they're
countries.
Very efficient at it.
Sit down. Well, I don't want him sitting there with his tail in the camera.
I know, but he don't know. He's a cat.
Well, if he wants up here, turn around.
William May, I already read his about the Hurricane Milton coming their way. I may not have, but William, we're going to be praying for Florida every day.
But I do think the gist of everything is to give to a church or a nonprofit if you can.
Yeah, if you can.
Because FEMA can't take the church stuff. That's the key. Mm-hmm. If you just give it, if it's out there, they can take it. But if you give it to a church, they can't get their stuff and take it.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, if you could find a nonprofit or a company like...
I don't think they can take it from Samaritan's Purse. So,
Who?
FEMA. They can't take none of their stuff either.
Okay, yeah. But what about like Walmart bringing a whole bunch of stuff?
They could. If Walmart didn't give it to a church, if Walmart just had it out in the parking lot, then yeah, they probably could.
Because, Life Corp sent some stuff too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Sundowner says, LOL, now hold on, Lino. Every country boy has a pocket knife. The can won't have a chance.
Yeah, what they've been saying, one redneck was worth 100 PhDs or something.
Yeah, definitely. Especially when they build a bridge out of truck beds, the flatbed trailers.
I told Lino I watch that YouTube channel quite a bit, and don't say nothing negative because there's a lot of people like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's boring to you, but there's a lot of men that love it. I watch that YouTube channel, Let's Dig 18, and I just like watching him build ponds and stuff. And I told Lino, I said, Lino, I'm telling you, if that man had a 330 Volvo in the mountains, he would clear a road in no time. Because, he can just pick up trees and break them in half and sling them with them things. It's almost like an extension of his arms.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate stuff like that. I do. Like, whenever the dump truck comes and forks the dumpster, and I will stop and watch it just because I think it's cool how it just yanks that dumpster right up. But just digging in dirt all day, and then anytime I've glanced at it with him, it's like the same. It looks like he's doing the same exact thing I saw.
No, he's
on the last video.
making progress.
Well, I didn't see that, but so I do appreciate that kind of work. I really do, but the digging is a little much. T. Hawkins is on.
Hey, T. Hawkins.
Good evening from Troy from Emporium. Hey, Troy.
Troy.
Elliot Lindsay's on.
Elliot Lindsay.
Good evening for the second time, LOL.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all just don't know how bad stuff like that bothers me. I mean, I should be like, okay, it messed up, but I try to have everything right for y'all. So we start, we keep going. Matter of fact, last week the phone froze up, and I figured it out that somebody was trying to call me and it messed the live stream up. So I put it in airplane mode tonight. So hopefully that doesn't happen.
John Briggs is on.
Hey, John Briggs.
Paul says, "Don't you mean Chimley Rock?"
Yeah.
He knows Joey too well.
Yeah, Chimley Rock.
And the daughter-in-laws know that too.
Yeah.
The daughter-in-laws give you a hard time about Chimley. Albert Bell says, "Hello from Bell Bottom Farm."
Albert Bell.
That's my favorite farm name of everybody
Bottoms
we know.
Farm, yeah.
Bell Bottom Farm. Sundowner says, "Yelp me to Joey." I don't know if he means like getting you to hear or getting them to hear.
Yeah.
Timbo says, "X is awesome. X is awesome."
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. I do post videos, it's stuff that y'all see on here, and I just post them on there. They don't have a lot of views. I think X is, I don't know that it'll ever be like YouTube as far as videos, but I think it's more news driven than anything.
Stan, you're on the right live.
Yeah, Stan,
I was
you're
worried
good.
about you. I was about to try to text you, but I didn't have your number in my phone. We had technical difficulties and had to restart the live. So we're good now. So you're in the right place. Avery's on.
Hey, Avery.
Hello from Gatewood Farms. We have gotten blessed with a dry and sunny week.
Yes, we have.
Us too, yeah. Really, we're kind of close, but it's been no rain. It's been nice.
Been nice, and I mowed the yard, and I messed around in the dirt a little bit today, trying to get some things finally going after, what has it been since I've been able to put a tractor in the dirt? 3 weeks?
I guess.
Yeah, at least. Seems like.
J. Pill says, "We think we get bad weather here, but it's nothing compared to what you get in the U.S. So sad seeing it all." Yeah, J. Pill, I don't know why, but our continent, we get some crazy weather.
What's a big continent? It's huge. A lot.
Well, so is theirs. They don't get...
No, England, you could just
I'm
about.
talking about Europe.
Oh, well,
That's
yeah.
the continent.
Yeah.
And but anyway. But I guess because we're in a warmer climate, that stirs up a whole lot of stuff. Tornadoes, hurricanes. Sundowner said, "Sure heard about the helicopter pilot almost getting arrested." Yeah.
Yeah, I think I watched that video too. I probably, hindsight's 20/20, and I believe that man when he said that looking back on it, he said he'd have went back and said, "Okay, arrest me," and he didn't know what to do. I mean, he's got some guy threatening to throw him in jail. He didn't know
I
what to
think
do.
that was just kind of a bit of a power trip situation on somebody's part.
Well, the
and-
video I seen of it, when they interviewed the assistant, he stuck his head through the door.
Right, and
and
then
shut
backed
the door-
out.
and then
Like
backed the
he
door.
didn't know she was speaking for them at that time.
Well, I think he knew. I think he was checking to see if she was done.
Well, that reporter, I wish I was that reporter, I'd be like, "Oh, I see the manager or
Yeah.
the fire chief there."
He probably
Can
did
you-
later on
police
the
chief,
on
can
the
you-"
watch back when he was
Yeah.
putting it together. He probably seen it and was like, "Well, look at that."
Anyway, Joseph Lott is on.
Hey, Joseph.
The W says, "It seems like there's just a few hours after the hurricane hit. Samaritan's Purse was already there and helping. They are awesome."
Yes.
Yeah, I think they see what is potential, and they have people ready to go as soon as it's safe for them to travel.
Yeah.
By plane, they're ready to go. Tim Peden says, "Joey, looking forward to meeting you on Plow Day. I've become addicted to your videos."
Oh Lord, Tim, thank you, bud. I just need about 100,000 more of those addictions.
Carolina Smith says, "Good evening."
Carolina Smith.
Sundowner says, "Lino, patient grasshopper." Sundowner, my old boss used to call me that.
Oh Lord.
Grasshopper. Avery says, "We're started getting up horse hay. We have had a lot of problems with the disc vine." Disc vine?
Yeah, it's
Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Rob Clinton says Glenn Beck and others give to spare the purse. I'll send 100 or two. Yeah, we definitely do for Christmas.
Yeah, we definitely always build
Like to
a
do
couple of those presents.
the boxes, and those
Yeah.
are fun. And I try to get the ages that a lot of people don't immediately gravitate towards, because you think
Yeah.
about younger is more fun at Christmas. So get those older kids if you have a chance
Yeah,
to
they
do
got like
Samaritan
a
Purse.
13 to 15
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, if you get a chance to do one, the Christmas boxes, try to get those older kids, because I know that the younger kids are, there's more of a light and joy to Christmas for that age, but I think of the older kids too. Albert Bell says, Chris at Let's Dig 18 is the best. Found his channel about a month ago and watched and spent a lot of time catching up.
Yeah, I've been watching for a pretty good long time. I just never really said nothing about it, but I just thought about him and how well he runs those equipment, everything he's got. I mean, he just runs it like it's an extension of his hand.
Laura says, I have always said Chimley too, brother, is not alone, LOL. So you learned it from her.
Probably.
Laura taught you Chimley. Timbo says, I love the thumbnail, Joey, and the goat.
Oh, yeah.
Joey was a little worried about putting that as his thumbnail. I was like,
Well, I don't know what thumbnail's got now for this live, because I just started the live stream, because I got to go back and put all the information in it. I didn't even put nothing in it. I just started it. So, but yeah, the early one, yeah, I told Lino, I said, this could be bad.
Rob says the words JT can't say crack me up. I have a touch of dyslexia too, or is it lixdesia?
Lixdesia.
Yeah. Sundowner says he had to get his son. I don't know who he's talking about. I have to go back.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But Sundowner also says, believe it or not, we're in a drought. And Sundowner, are they?
Louisiana, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't remember if they're Louisiana.
Yeah.
Janice is on. Hey, Janice.
Hey, Janice.
I'm getting kids' toys, sleeping bags, etc. for the children. That's good. Thank you, Janice. Tater 357 is on.
Hey, Tater.
He says, hey, it's the Jtwes show. So happy y'all survived the storm.
Tater 357. Have we seen him before?
I don't know. I think we have seen the Tater.
Well, I like the Tater 357. I about guarantee I know what that is.
T. Hawkins said, I sent some of my team to Western NC to assist other law enforcement down there. They'll definitely need the help, I'm being told. Yes, thank you, Troy, for being a part of that help, too. They need every bit they could get. Pat Doka says, had a hard time getting connected tonight.
Yep, we did.
Pat, yeah, that's us. It's not you. We had to
Yeah.
restart the live. Let's talk about Joey Neal. He just came up. He says, I wish we could make Plow Day, but oh well, maybe next time. It was great getting to meet you and Lino and family.
Well, that's a good segue.
So Joey and his lovely wife, Martha, came and visited us one evening this week on their way to the Outer Banks.
Well, but he centered it around Plow Day.
It was supposed to be, his visit was for Plow Day, but, we had to reschedule. So, Joey, you tell about Joey's handiwork.
So, yeah, Joey was wanting to come to Plow Day, but said, hey, since we're driving that far, we've never been to the ocean. So, Christians say ocean. No, I just say.
No.
the old saying.
Yeah.
Ocean.
No, the coast.
The coast, yeah, that's it. So no, he had never seen the ocean, and so I said, yeah, man, you need to go down to Outer Banks, stay at Kitty Hawk's, see, the.
Joey basically told them what they were supposed to do.
The Bodie Lighthouse. You go across these big bridges and go see Cape Hatteras Lighthouse. It's getting worked on. And long story short, he stopped by, and the other reason to stop by was, I don't know if you guys remember me getting the baby stroller from the 50s out of the barn, but the seat needs to be redone. The seat was coming apart, and Joey works with wood, which I'm going to show you some stuff he made me in a second. And so he picked that up also. But he brought some wonderful coasters by, and that one says Jtwes. And you tell me if you can see that.
Yeah.
You can?
Well, let's get it a little closer. Hold on, because it's far away.
Okay.
Jtwes. And then we've got these that say J, and he made several of these.
Yes, and
And
they
we-
know give the girl some, and I
did.
told her not to.
No, we needed to share because they're Joneses now too, so it was fine for them.
Yeah, but I need.
So Joey, I did share with the girls. I gave them like 4 or 5 each, so we all have some coasters. And he made some wooden spoons
But the beautiful
that were
thing,
really nice too.
the absolute beautiful thing
Let me see
is
how you can
that.
see that in there. Yeah, you can see that good because it's bigger.
Is
Yeah.
that not
And
just
don't
something?
touch the hand.
I'm not. I got my hands by the
fragile.
side. This one right here, he made 2. He didn't like the first one, and this one's out of hickory, which both of them are outstanding. I don't think it would have made much difference, but just beautiful. Beautiful,
Excuse
beautiful,
me.
beautiful.
But yes, so Joey and Martha, thank you so much for coming and bringing us gifts. I mean, it's so lovely of you.
Oh yeah, I know.
And we'll definitely use that clock. And we've got 2, so one we'll put in the shed while we're out there. So
And next time I'm over at Kaylee and Megan's house, I'm gonna steal my coasters back.
No, he won't. I won't let him take them back. And we hope y'all got to. This was their first time seeing the ocean. I hope they really enjoyed
They
that.
did.
Let's see. Where was I?
At Joey.
Oh, J Pill's got got a loaded question.
Uh-oh.
Sorry to ask this, but why does everyone have a problem with the federal government? Don't quite understand how your government system works.
Well, JPL, it's just gotten so political.
Mismanaged.
Yeah, mismanaged, political, not hiring the best people for the best job, hiring people because of who they are.
And all of the taxes we pay, which is just outrageous amount of taxes that we can't even use for our own people here who are basically homeless.
Yeah, we pay taxes on our income, and then we go to the store and buy food. We pay taxes on the food. Then you go buy a car, you pay taxes on it. You buy a house, you pay taxes on it. So we're getting taxed on money that we've already spent and already taxed, and then turn around and taxed again.
Yeah, it's taxed like 7 times.
It's everything is just taxed everywhere, and I mean it's just.
We've really lost sight of the taxation without
Yeah,
representation.
it's a little more than T tax. It's done gone past
yeah,
T pretty
yeah.
good, unfortunately.
But I think every place has their problems. You know, I'm sure. You know, there's problems there too. But
and everybody
I
in
mean-
everybody in here, JPL, will comment and tell you we still believe America is the greatest country in the world. We just trying to hold on to that.
right, we're just trying to keep it from slipping. And one problem is that we do love people who come from other countries and bring all these different cultures. I mean, I'm from one of those families that have come to America for a better life, but we don't like my grandparents didn't come here to turn America into Mexico. They came here to be Mexicans who get to enjoy the beautiful America. They didn't come here trying to turn it into Mexican law, Mexican ways, Mexican rule. And I feel like that's what's happening is we've got a lot of people coming in who want to turn the country into something it's not, and that's what is being a problem right now.
Yeah, and I think what Trump's always said about immigration, it's not that he's against it. He just wants everybody to come through the front door.
Well, yeah.
Instead of coming over the fence and up under the foundation and everywhere else, he just come through the front door so we know who you are,
Yeah.
and then come on. And that's the biggest thing there too.
And I can't say 100% that my grandparents were legal or not. I don't know. And I'm
Probably
serious.
not back in the early 1900s. I doubt
Yeah.
it. It didn't matter then.
Yeah. I mean, because it would have been the 1900s.
It was a different,
Early 1900s.
it's a different type of person then also.
Yeah. Let's go back.
So
to
not
what
so
we're talking
loaded a question, JP. We still love our country. Don't get us wrong. Everybody in here absolutely loves our country.
Janice says the toys can be used toys. The children lost everything too. Yeah, they did, Janice. Albert Bell says, Lino, you're the best at deciphering some of the comments, especially mine. Spell check can mess up your thoughts. Yeah, Albert, I've been doing it for a little while. Sometimes I still can't quite grasp what you're trying to say to, whatever is going on, but I try to get the gist of it. Sundowner says, no big deal, but y'all not in focus and clear as usual, but it might be my eyes. So,
Hopefully it's your eyes.
So is it
What's it look
Sundowner's
like on there?
eyes or is it us?
Well, you can tell by looking at it.
No, it looks the same.
Yeah.
Sundowner's your eyes, sorry. Oh, yeah, that's right, Janice. Roger's son, Dean, is working hard through help in this situation. He's in the National Guard, and he's up there. Dean is.
Sammy. Dino.
Sundowner says that clock is way too cool. And Joey Neal says
Are we
it's
in
maple.
focus? Just make sure. If not, you may want to touch the screen where we're at. But that may not work, but it probably doesn't work.
Yeah, you guys are in focus.
Okay.
Shane Jeans is on. Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane.
And Joey Neal said that was maple.
Oh, maple. I thought it was hickory.
No, maple.
Maple's good too.
Yep, we'll take maple. And Sundowner says that clock is way too cool. I know, I love it. It's just very.
It is.
And I always admire people's craftsmanship, to make something, and it's so personal too. It's really, really nice. Martha Neal says it was good to meet you all, and you all are just as sweet in person as you are on here. Thank you, Martha.
Thank you, Martha.
Yeah, we try to be the same as wherever.
Yeah.
And when they came, all the kids were here. The whole Jtwes crew was here, so it was a little bit crazy.
Yeah, Joey said today, he's like, I didn't mean to mess up your dinner. I said, trust
know.
we didn't know they was coming.
Right, no, we just go with the flow
Yeah,
every
they
day.
just showed up.
Yes, I had to make Megan her food. Megan is the baby's starting to get a little bigger and bigger, so I know Megan was hungry girl while she was here, so I was like, I need to go make Megan her food real quick. Make sure Ivy Rain got her food.
Feed Rain.
I'm like, look, Ivy Rain's hungry. I need to feed her. Martha said, we did enjoy Outer Banks. Thanks so much for the recommendations because I finally got to tour a lighthouse. Yeah, y'all have to come back when Cape Hatteras is finished because you can climb to the top.
Yep.
But, it's quite a trip, so.
Yeah, it took them like 11 hours going back.
No, walking to the top of.
Well, yeah, but she walked to the top of Bodie. She wasn't
Yeah.
about 40 feet short.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
she did, going to Bodie,
Yeah.
yeah. I hadn't been up in Bodie,
Yeah,
so.
it's up about 40 foot less than the other one, so.
Yeah, and 11 hours, that is quite a drive. Maybe y'all could do another
I'm sorry, it's Body.
Bodie. I always say Bodie. I'm always going to say Bodie.
95% of people do.
But, because you think Body is B-O-D-Y.
Yeah,
B-O-D-I-E is Bodie.
it's Body.
It's not. But, yeah, Martha, that's
Patricia
11.
Pat tell you it's Body.
11 hours trip. Maybe you could split it into a stay overnight again near us. We could,
Yeah.
have another visit. Albert Bell says, USA, can't think of any other country I'd want to live in.
I agree with that, Albert.
Sundowner says, I like the way you said that, Lino. And no problem, cool clock time. Kevin Wallace says, hey, Joey and Lino, I'm multitasking. My youngest is playing softball, and I'm watching at the same time.
Good deal, Kevin.
That's fine. Thank you, Kevin, for your checking in with us.
For his, what do you call that? Faithfulness?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. or something?
Loyalty.
Loyalty, yeah, there you go.
Loyalty. Oh, yeah, and Tater did say, you're right, Joey, about what?
About 357.
357, yeah, because I seen that, but I didn't read it out loud.
Anybody nicknamed Tater's got to be a good person.
And he's been on here before, too.
Anybody nicknamed Tater's a good person.
And, hold on, let me go to the ones I missed.
Tater's like that, what's that other name?
Tater said he's been on a few times.
I know, but what's that other name somebody's got, like ham bone or something?
Pork chop.
Pork chop. Tater and pork chop.
Avery says, Sundowner, come take the water from me. It's so wet I can't pull a tractor or any piece of equipment inland without mirroring it up. And that's kind of how we are, too. Joey mowed today, and there's quite some streaks.
So he was trying to spell mar without marring it up.
Okay, well, I didn't know.
No, I know you wouldn't.
I'm unfamiliar with marring or mirroring, so I just read it how it is.
I was just saying, that's what it was.
And Albert just complimented me on.
On your reading? I'm glad you're able to keep up that.
Avery says, you should make all those items merchandise. They're really nice looking. We'd have to talk to Joey Neal about that, Avery. Sorry, I got mixed up somehow. I must have hit down button and went to the bottom. Oh, Tater says.
This is your old stuff. This is your new
I
stuff.
know.
Well, you just said
You
that
know
you got mixed up.
I know how the comments are, how they work. I just mean, where was I at? I know the oldest is at the top. Sundowner says, been bush hogging for 2 days.
Brush hogging.
Brush hogging.
I never say that. No, you said it right. I say bush hogging. A lot of people
Well,
say
he
brush
spelled
hogging.
it bush hogging.
I know a lot of people say brush hogging.
Oh. Northerners say brush hogging.
Probably.
Tater says he was referring to the coasters. I believe they were a bit out of focus. So just the coaster, like because I went up close and back, and it was trying to focus on it. Chicken Mama is on.
Chicken Mama.
Good evening from Maryland. And Chicken Mama may be my favorite name, YouTube
Nickname.
name.
Okay.
Chicken Mama.
Chicken Mama.
Eugene Martin is on.
Hey, Eugene.
Hello, family. Hope you're doing well. If you want to see a documentary that goes along with what's happening in this country, look up Wild Wild Country. I promise you'll agree that's what's going on.
Probably would.
Allison said, oh, yes, Martha, Joey and Lena are the best. Well,
I don't know, Allison. I think you're up there pretty tall.
yeah, yeah. Allison knows, and I was just talking about her yesterday to our church family who love her too.
Yep.
And we love the Bowers. They're excellent people. J. Pill says, now you've explained it. Sounds very similar to the problems we have here.
It is, JPL. It's just mismanagement.
Avery says, has anyone been in the Kuritek Lighthouse? Kuritek. Which one is that one? In Corolla?
No.
I think that's up at Corolla.
Yeah, I think so.
Avery, we had to speed by there because Joey doesn't
don't like that
the north
lighthouse.
end. He doesn't like the north
It's
end.
little and it's brick.
I know, but it's beautiful. It's like
Well, no, it's like stone.
short and stout. It looks like it will
Yeah.
weather anything. And I did want to stop, but we only had 1 day there, so he was like, no, let's go on by.
That's like the one on the island. The one past Hatteras. You got to take a boat to.
Ocracoke?
Ocracoke, yeah, the Ocracoke. That's like the Ocracoke Lighthouse.
Yeah, but it's still shorter than Ocracoke.
I want to see the one that you had to get through. You had to go like you're going to Emerald Isle.
Mm-hmm.
The diamond one. But you have to take a ferry to go see
Yeah,
it.
somebody tell me the name of that one. It's in southern.
And did you know the diamonds
Coast.
guys pointed north-south on that lighthouse, Punky?
Oh, and the one we were talking about, though, can't remember the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Rob Clinton says T-bone.
T-bone.
I think we've had a
yeah,
T-bone,
we had
too.
T-bone on here.
Um,
We're all about some eating.
Kevin, I'm watching and eating ice cream. Is that double tasking?
Yeah, there you go.
It is.
He's triple tasking.
Martha says some folks from Ireland were walking Bodie with us, and they had just went up to Currituck the day before and
Oh,
said
wow.
it was much the same as Bodie.
I bet they had a little bit of an accent.
Mm-hmm.
She probably picked right up on that.
Albert Bell says, leave her alone, Joey. She's doing a fine job. Thank you, Albert. Kurt T is on.
Hey, Kurt T.
Just coming in. Good evening from Southeast Louisiana. And Pat Doka says, we've broken our record temperature for 14 days straight. The birthing pains seem to be getting bigger and closer together.
Now, he's out like in Arizona or something, ain't he?
Yeah, because he's got in the summer, it's like every day's above 100.
Yeah. Pat, y'all better get right on your vote.
Rob Clinton says, no, up north it's bush hog, no matter the brand of cutter. Okay.
I always hear, let's see,
Cape Lookout is what we were.
Cape Lookout.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
Thank
you
you,
go.
David.
Thank you, David. Morgan's, Outdoor to Morgan's. I always hear him say brush hog. He's in Pennsylvania.
Okay. Formal Eric says, if you ever make it to Maine, Nubble Lighthouse is really nice. Oh, I'd love to go to Maine. and see that.
I'd like to see a bunch of
I
different
might
ones.
would have to eat lobster if I ever go to Maine.
Going to Texas first.
I don't know. I keep going back and forth with that.
You going to Texas?
I don't know. You'll have to catch me on a good week.
It's gonna take us a week to get
I
there.
know, that's what I mean. Don't catch me on a good day, catch me on a good week.
Catch me outside.
Oh, I threatened that about somebody recently, remember? I said, I about had enough of them and tell them to catch me outside. Me and Joe are just picking around about somebody, but we calmed ourselves down. Avery said it's way prettier from the top. Tell Joey to let you go there because I know you would like it. Thank you, Avery. Yeah.
We may.
Yeah. And if we spend a whole week there, we'll have time. But you have to battle that traffic. On the north end, like through Duck to Corolla, the traffic's always terrible.
If they get that new bridge built,
Maybe if we got up real early.
they got a new bridge they're going to build way north, actually past Duck, almost to Corolla. They get that and built, we'll go down there.
Well, and that would be good because a lot of people who stay on Duck
They
is
can
from
just
the
go
north.
out. They can just go out that way.
They're from Maryland,
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, so that would be easier coming in for them. Adam Mays says, Chicken Mama is my favorite too. Well, she's been my awesome wife for 32 years. That's good, Adam Mays.
32 years.
Yeah, I just love the Chicken Mama name.
Chicken Mama.
Albert says, I believe Pat Doka hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
And Pecan Grove says, just getting in from outside, hope you're feeling better.
Hey, Danny, I seen where you...
Tell him how you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Because it escaped your body.
Yeah, it's
Found a new host.
It's moved on to somebody else, but I ain't gonna say who, Danny. I see you discovered the flowerness of Jimmy Red. I enjoyed watching that grist mill. I kind of wished I had one myself, to be honest with you, but it was good. Y'all need to check that out.
Cajun Homestead says, hello, Jtwes family. Got some Jeep axle for my IH Scout Resto Mod.
Oh.
Am I saying that right?
Resto Mod.
Resto Mod.
Yeah, so he's got Jeep axles he's going to put on the IH Scout.
Sundowner says, Maine is beautiful. Terry says, Let's Dig 18 is another great YouTube channel. Chris sure knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he does.
And Paul says, Cape Lookout is the one with diamonds. You could camp pretty much anywhere on the island if you have a 4x4.
Yeah, you just, like I said, you just have to take a boat over there to see it and then catch it back. But I think it's a fast ferry. I mean, it's a pretty fast ferry. They go back and forth quite a bit.
But we'd have to drive all the way to Emerald Isle, right?
No, I don't know sure if
that's
it's
4
Emerald Isle.
hours from us.
It's somewhere down there. I'd have to look on the map again.
Maybe if we go like anniversary weekend to Surf City, we could go look at it. Then it wouldn't be too far.
Yeah, no.
Let me see where I was at. Oh, Allison says, I want to go to Texas. Will Lino go with me? Yes, Allison, and we could fly because I need a good flying
You
partner.
ain't ever flew. You don't know
I
how you
know,
would
but
react.
I'd feel okay if I went with Allison. I feel like she would be.
The moment that jet puts you back in the seat, you would freak out. I know.
I just think Allison would be a good calming partner to fly with. So
Not when that thing's got you like,
I'd be like, oh no. what
and
did I
it
do?
does shake a little bit too
I know.
when it's getting up to speed. I mean,
I know. And in the air too sometimes. There's turbulence.
for somebody that's never been on a plane, if I just put you on a plane, you would swear out it was fixing to fly apart.
Well, we'll work.
It don't really get smooth till it gets up about 30,000 feet.
We'll work myself up to that.
And then it drops like 5,000 feet.
James Kelly says, I grew up in Maine. Now that's north. Yep.
North.
That's the northest of the north. And Sundowner said, Upper New York State is too. Just remember, it's 880 miles from one side to the other.
Woo.
He might be talking about Texas, though. I don't know.
Yeah, Texas, like, you can't hardly, like, cross it in a day.
Avery says you could go in April or May. The traffic is much better then. Yeah, we go in January, Avery. Last time we were there, we went for my birthday. And so that's the only reason I got to go up to Corolla is because it was
Well,
January.
the last time we were there was summer. Oh, do you mean last time we were in Corolla?
Yes,
Yeah.
the last time we went to, and we passed that lighthouse, and that's why it wasn't busy. So I was like, why couldn't we stop? But we were there for really one day, for my birthday. James Kelly says, yeah, my folks lived there 40 years up by Saratoga. If I'm thinking that's what he means.
Probably, I think that's up in New York, ain't it, Saratoga?
Well, but he said he grew up in Maine, so or maybe in Maine too. I don't know.
I'm not real good with my northern cities. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I get much past Virginia. I'm pretty illiterate when it comes to the cities up north.
Jay Pill says, we have a lighthouse near us, Flamborough Lighthouse.
Flamborough. Probably got a castle near him too. J. Pill, I done got hooked on watching these castle restorations too.
We're waiting on the third Downton Abbey movie, so that'll
Well,
be a while.
yeah.
Allison, there's a third one coming out. We'll discuss. Rob Clinton says, Pennsylvania ain't north enough, LOL. We liked brush and wouldn't cut it. Pheasants, quail, etc. And Welch Farm says, bedtime, see you on the next video.
Good gracious, Welch.
Good night, Welch.
What time? Oh, 8:54.
And Josh Hawkins says, we may have already answered this, but why don't you grow cabbage, broccoli, collards, etc. in the fall?
I just really hadn't got into fall stuff. Matter of fact, me and Lena was at the Castle County Hoedown, last weekend? Anyway, we went by one of the mercantile stores, and he had a bunch of cabbage out there. And I told Lena, I said, see, Lena, you plant that now and get you a crop of cabbage. But for one thing, I guess we really don't eat that much
I don't eat
cabbage.
cabbage.
Yeah, she doesn't like it at all. I like coleslaw, but for the price of it, you know, you can go to Food Line and get a cabbage head for what, 99 cents or
Yeah.
something. And, you know, so yeah, it's just, we don't eat enough of it for me to raise it.
No, and I had to eat so much when I was little, cabbage. I had a whole story of this terrible babysitter. And so I've never ate cabbage since, and I won't eat it. And that's why I never make my kids eat anything
If it's
that
boiled,
they don't
if it's
want.
boiled right with the right seasoning and the right parts of a hog in
It's
there,
still going to smell like cabbage.
I'm telling you, it's some good stuff, boy.
Not for
It
me.
is good. It's like collards or something.
Yeah. Well, and I tasted the collards you think were just so great, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Ugh."
because they tasted like fatback.
They were awful too.
If you can get your fatback seasoning to soak up in the collard or the cabbage, money.
See, I like spices.
Money.
I don't like just animal fat as the seasoning. I mean, that's kind of gross.
Money.
Allison said, I love to fly. Let's go. See, she's experienced too.
Yeah.
And that's what I need is somebody who has been before. If it's two of us who haven't ever been, we'd be a mess. They'd be trying to take us off the plane. Sundowner says, Joey, it would be one of them times Lena wouldn't want her mic on, just saying.
Yeah, probably not.
What, on the plane?
Yeah. As soon as I sit down in the seat, I'm going to be looking in the thing for that little bag. It's got them drawstrings on it.
Oh, what, for throwing up?
Yeah.
Oh.
Be like, here you go.
I don't think I'd throw up. The W says, I lived in Texas for 5 years, and it was great, but not as good as Castle County.
There you
LOL.
go.
And Rob Clinton
And I
says,
think the W is who you call his brother? Michael. Brandy.
no, that's Momo and Bobo.
Oh. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, no. Rob says it's also crick, not a creek.
Crick.
In Pennsylvania.
Crick.
James Kelly says, but I got out here in Colorado 30 years ago and stayed.
I want to go to Dave's Auto Center in Colorado. I want to get him to rebuild an engine.
Albert says, in my neck of the woods, fall is the best time for cabbage, broccoli, collards, and turnip greens. As a matter of fact, I need to go run the deer out of my gardens, or out of my greens. I hear the dog barking.
I mean, as far as where I'm at, I think is a good climate for some good fall garden. Because, yeah, we do get cold, but sometimes it takes up into November before it gets really, really super cold. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think we're in a good climate for a fall garden.
Alice says we can meet up for a movie date. Yeah. What's half of, how many hours is it? 10?
Yeah.
We'll meet 5 hours, so we have to meet in,
5 hours,
Pigeon
you'd be in
Forge.
Tennessee. Yeah.
yeah. which we had talked about that anyway. Paul says truck driving has gotten me way too familiar with cities in the Northeast. Janice says, good night. Talk to Roger about my antenna, please. We will.
I will.
And J. Pill says, we have Scarborough Castle and Pickering Castle, only 10 miles away.
See, I knew he had a castle close to him. I knew it. Knew it.
Rob Clinton says, gosh, I do. It's the best time to grow it. Less insect problems. I grew broccoli to mid-December in Middle Tennessee with simple frost cover. Sundowner says, money, money, money. You're right, Joey. Good old fatback and smoked sausage. Yum, yum.
I don't know about the smoked sausage.
Oh, and look. Now we got another food name. Cornbread is on.
Cornbread.
Hey, Cornbread. We just had Tater on, so we were
Yeah.
looking for you. And Brian says, good night, y'all. Time to get some rest. Good night, Brian. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Brian.
And Alice says, drive 5 hours, watch a movie, and drive 5 hours back.
That sounds like a plan.
reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, and that 5 hours is nothing. After us, Tennessee and Michigan, I'm expanding my tolerance of driving, of like long trips. So
Yeah.
I think I can.
I think you're doing it.
David Waltrip says, good night, everyone.
Hey, David.
David's I've been on.
Well, you didn't say Waltrip because I didn't think of Daryl Waltrip.
Waldrop.
Oh, I thought you said Waltrip because if you'd have said Waltrip, I'd have been thinking Daryl Waltrip.
And it's David,
Okay.
not Daryl. Sorry, David. Good night.
Just cough into your mic.
I'm
right?
sorry, I can't. We just talked about how your cold found a new host. And Gurney says, hit the like button, folks.
Thank you, Gurney.
Yeah, and it is 9 o'clock, and my medicine's wearing off.
It is.
I need to, and I need to get some sleep too. I got up so early because I couldn't really sleep with this junk. I'm just like, oh. Oh yeah, Joey Neal says 11 hours of driving is enough for me. I'm
Well,
sure
I bet, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you actually bested my record there a little bit. I guess about 10 is what I've drove to
Yeah.
Stan's. It was about 10 something probably.
And we've made the one-way trip a
Yeah.
couple of times from Allison's or from Stan's. We
Yeah.
come straight through. Didn't stay overnight somewhere in.
Well, he
in the
didn't
middle.
stop but 3 times.
Oh
Total.
yeah.
And that was just for gas.
Yeah, Martha's a better woman than me, let me tell you. Because she told me that, and I was like, wow, that's really good. I was like, I start sweating, getting nervous. I'm like, oh, I got to tell this man I got to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, maybe I can hold off another hour. I know I'm going to hear it. So, anyway, but
You want to shut me down?
yeah, I will.
All right, guys, y'all keep North Carolina, Florida, all in your prayers. We thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming back after our hiccup on starting this live. But we'll see you soon. Video coming out. God bless you. God loves you. We'll see you.